Q8839. Over the contiguous U.S., the VORMON assures that a MON airport will be available within how many miles of the aircraft's position? A. 80 nm. B. 100 nm. C. 120 nm. The correct answer is B. The VORMON will guarantee that an airport with legacy ILS or VOR approaches will be within 100 nautical miles of an aircraft no matter where it is in the continental United States. CONUS. 9721. Obstacles in most areas where copter GPS instrument approaches are needed require the approach speed must be limited to A. 80 knots on initial and final segments. B. 60 knots on all segments except the missed approach. C. 70 knots on final and missed approach segments. The correct answer is C. From the initial approach waypoint to the missed approach holding waypoint, helicopter approaches can be flown at a speed of 70 knots as long as the obstacle environment allows. However, since helicopter departure procedures and missed approaches use a 20:1 obstacle clearance surface, helicopter procedures must be flown at a speed of 70 knots or less. 9726. The maximum speed and obstacle clearance surface, OCS, that a copter GPS standard instrument departure, SID, or departure procedure, DP, is based upon is A. 70 knots and 20:1 OCS. B. 70 knots and 10:1 OCS. C. 60 knots and 20:1 OCS. The correct answer is A. The correct answer is indeed 70 knots and 20:1 OCS for a copter GPS standard instrument departure, SID, or departure procedure, DP. 8722. When approaching a holding position sign for a runway approach area, you must A. Obtain ATC clearance prior to crossing. B. Hold only when specifically instructed by ATC. C. Hold only when the weather is below 800 feet and 2 miles visibility. The correct answer is A. At certain airports, holding an aircraft on a taxiway in the approach or departure area for a runway is essential to prevent it from obstructing activity on that runway. A sign with the designation of the approach end of the runway, a dash, and the initials APCH will be placed at the holding point on the taxiway in these circumstances. 8903. Identify runway remaining lighting on centerline lighting systems. A. Amber lights from 3,000 feet to 1,000 feet. Then alternate red and white lights to the end. B. Alternate red and white lights from 3,000 feet to 1,000 feet, then red lights to the end. C. Alternate red and white lights from 3,000 feet to the end of the runway. The correct answer is B. Between the final 3,000 feet and the final 1,000 feet of the runway, there are red and white lights that alternate, and there are also all red lights.